What happened with the Jets pass coverage? Here's the first touchdown, Skowronek. Actually, before we get into it, just quick warning here. We, JetX, will not contribute to the short attention span, social media garbage, sports digital media world we see today. So if you're someone who hates the longer form videos, longer form content, just don't watch. It's all good. You know, all football fans are welcome here, whether you know a lot, whether you know a little. We love it. Everyone is welcome if you love football. The people who aren't welcome are the humans who are miserable, who have the victim mentality and are always complaining like an internet tough guy. It's like, on one hand, I don't want to discourage it because it's hilarious and it's fodder for us, but you know, a warning is probably the best course of action. You need your mommy to shove a bottle down your throat if you're someone who complains about content on Twitter. We will not contribute to short attention span sports media. If you don't like it, don't watch. We'll stick with the authentic fans who seek us out. You know, the over 600,000 who sought us out, our website in August. One of those fans, the earnest, legit fans, I'll take over 200 social media fans any freaking day. So that's the warning for the season. Keep that in mind. We want to deliver as authentic a film room experience as possible. Is it monotonous sometimes? Yes, that's the point, you adults. Detail. Anyone could just throw up videos. Hey, look at this guy. Look at the details, you idiots. Not the genuine fans. We love those people. But the miserable folks. That's the warning for the season. We'll say it out front once and be done. But please, keep doing the tough guy thing. It's fun. we really love it. So what happened with the pass coverage with the Jets? A lot of busts. Rodgers took advantage in a lot of situations I think were predictable in the fourth quarter. A lot of single high press on the outside. And it's one thing to want to target and pick on a certain defender. It's another thing to place the ball perfectly and actually get it done. Here's the first touchdown, and this is a bust all the way. Skowronek. 2nd and 7. Watch the Jets D here. Encroaching. Okay, is there run blitz? No run blitz, but they're on their toes. And then there goes Skowronek. Is that the Rams' Skowronek, former receiver? It's got to be, right? He's now a tight end, big boy for a receiver. I mean, Skowronek's not exactly Smith or Williams, but it's got to be. But regardless, here we go, folks. What happened? All right, we're single high. We're not pressed. We're off. Sauce's eyes in the backfield. Same thing with Stevens. So if you're Rodgers, you're thinking it's play action, so it's a great call. Get some motion here with the receiver. Strong left. Passing strength right. And if you're Rodgers with this look, you're thinking cover 1, run blitz with 1 high, cover 3. You're not thinking heavy run blitz, though, because the free safety's position, it's tough for him to replace anyone. In other words, if Carter's going to blitz, you might see the free safety more on top of the slot. He's not going to pick anyone up over here, but the true rub is right here. Michael Carter on the touchdown scorer. Off the jump, here we go. All right, Carter bluffs the run pressure as the linebackers on their toes. The safety who comes up, Tony Adams, on his toes. So it's the perfect call against the perfect D. That's one thing. And that's a thing that happens way too often in this game. And that's why I think that's the number one reason the pass coverage failed, because they just lost the battle of wits at the line of scrimmage. I think that's a major deal. And Sherwood, Wilkes, Glenn, they got to get it going. The safeties, they got to get it going in terms of matching. With these rules, you just can't. If a quarterback places it perfectly and owns the line of scrimmage and you roll with your regular game plan checks as defense, you're going to get torched. There's just no way to defend it. And we're going to get more in the pass coverage in terms of second half and fourth quarter soon. But this is the first play because it's a bust. And Carter bluffs. Okay, so what are we looking at defensively? Sauce, eyes, looks like a zone. So we're thinking cover 3. Middle third, deep third, deep third. And if you're in the red zone, it's going to be 3 match pretty much. That's another thing. There were too many looks where some guys were spot dropping, taking an area, some guys were matching. And it just didn't seem to be on the same page. Also, up top, watch Jermaine Williams. He's kind of crashing inside. So who has outside? Probably the cornerback, because one thing in Wilkes' D, if the formation doesn't have a receiver, the receiver motions in. Good job by Arthur Smith doing this, by the way. Why? Because he saw on tape, if there's no receiver outside, right, open space, the cornerback on that side with no receiver is heavily involved in the run game. Keep that in mind. And then if he's heavily involved in the run game, you sneak him inside the tight end, vertical. Maybe he forgets about him, bites on the play action. That's what this was. I guarantee you, this was the primary. But Stevens does a good job, I think. We'll play it through, to grab the vertical. Now, Jermaine pops inside, squeezes, crashes, because the corner is in run support. I'm sure Quincy is a two-way with a scrape and most likely C-gap. Oh, that's Jermaine. Jermaine's C-gap, so Quincy's a little more free. We'll get a better idea from the end zone view. But there's the play action. Jermaine, heavy crash. Brandon Stevens picks up his man, so Quincy's the scrape edge. Carter pops inside. Get it down. Carter bumps and lets go like it's a zone, like it's a spot drop right here. Sauce, deep third, gonna match. Brandon Stevens, deep third, gonna match. Quincy has to obey the flat. Jermaine's free, but he's chasing backside on the play action, so Rodgers has time. Did a good enough sell job to make that happen. I don't know who's at fault, for those who's asking. It's impossible to know the call. If there's a call where the safety is supposed to drive down, and Carter and the safety are bracketing, Carter outside, safety inside on a crosser, then it's on the safety for not driving down quick enough. If there's no call, and we won't get into the weeds on that, but if there's no call in terms of the safety having to bracket in a drive, then it's Carter. Carter's got to follow. The other possibility is Sherwood, but I don't think so, because most likely Quincy and Sherwood are first to flat with the running back. And they're really on their toes, so I doubt it. I think Michael Carter, the percentage chance is probably Michael Carter just didn't follow, and he needed to follow. He's bluffing the run blitz. Shallow, over, doesn't follow. You see Sherwood. Watch Sherwood here. Okay, heavy step. Running back. Quincy. I just talked about Quincy first to flat. There's the flat right there. Late release for the tight end. He's got to be on him. Sherwood now has to lock up the running back. I mean, we don't know the call. This is one of those situations where if you see anyone post this video on Twitter and say it's this guy's fault or this guy's fault, just say, no, you don't know. You don't know the call. I would say most likely Michael Carter is supposed to follow, but look, he's pointing. Is the safety supposed to drive down? Is the safety supposed to drive down? Because there's a world where the defense is like this. All right, it's cover 3. Cover 3 match. Heavy run on your toes. And we see that with the linebackers, with Adams, with Carter. But cover 3, middle. Let's lock this up. Middle third. Outside third, right? Then, let's see what happens with Tony Adams. What does he do on this play? Oh, I'm sorry. It's Adams in the flat. My fault. I said Quincy before. It's Adams in the flat, Quincy and Sherwood. Yeah, first to flat with the running back. But there's a world here where outside third, right? Adams, flat. Carter, flat. Okay. First to flat for the running back with Quincy. First to flat, running back, Sherwood. If they're not following, it all depends on the calls. If they're not following, then it's got to be one of these backers or the safety. Whoever doesn't take the running back, the other, and because the flow is coming this way, it's either Quincy or the safety. So the triangle here is Michael Carter, Cisco, Quincy. That's the triangle in terms of responsibility, most likely on this play. And, it's just a bust. It's a coverage bust. They got to get it cleaned up. All right, Quincy, he's already committed. He acted as if he had no pass responsibility whatsoever. And that is interesting in terms of being the backside linebacker. I understand Sherwood much more getting lost in the shuffle here. I don't understand Quincy as much. But that's film, folks. That's, this is what we're going to do. And we're going to be unapologetic because we don't cater to shortest attention span social media. If 2,000 people decide to not follow me anymore on Twitter, great. Dude, I'll take all the folks who come to the website. Those are my people. All right, from the end zone, yeah, this is the moral of the story in two different ways. Busted coverages and always being one step behind in the passing game. In other words, Rodgers, Arthur Smith, and Pitt always had the perfect call against the coverage. Those are the two buckets. Busted coverages, responsibility, being a step behind in terms of being at the line, playing the at the line of scrimmage game. Those are the two things, and those are the two things I guarantee you Glenn, Wilkes, Sherwood are all working on this week.